Alright, hey, what's up guys? We are back, and it just so happens that it happens to be snowing on my parade, literally, as we come back to this video. Perfect timing considering we ended off the last one on a high note, losing most of our stuff and getting blown up by a creeper. So, let's start this one off with a bang, and I think we're going to pick up where we left off last time, and I see some dark oak, so we might go grab some of that, replenish our wood supply, and then I think we're going to go head down to the mines and start off there, get some materials, and then come back up here maybe in the next episode and try and start laying down the foundations for the house. So let's get into it. Alright, so within the time between the last episode and now, really not much happened. So there's nothing for me to report there. I will delight in killing this chicken though. But yeah, so I've been well. How are you guys? But no, so I have been playing a little bit of Infinite Warfare. For those of you that know what I'm talking about, I'm sure I'm going to get various responses to me playing that game, positive and negative. But I have already completed that, completed most of that, and I'm actually playing the zombies mode with a friend of mine, and so I might start uploading some of that if you guys want to see it, and us do the Easter egg and various trials and tribulations through that. So that should be fun. But ooh, you are pretty. I wish I had a saddle to tame you and a lead, but I don't. So if you could just stay right there, that'd be delightful. But anyway, yeah, if you guys want me to upload some of that, I can. I don't mind doing that. My friend, I don't think minds doing that, and if he does, well, too bad. But yeah, so we're gonna just go ahead and jump right into this. I don't want to fall off. But this actually doesn't look too bad. We have to remember where the house is, because we still have our map, so that's good. But yeah, we have some dark oak. Oh, and we have some spruce, so that's good. We can go ahead and get both of the trees that I want, and looks like we're going to be punching some down with our fists. But yeah, so I think what I'm going to do is I think I'm going to build a log cabin type building on top of our hill, and maybe use the clay that we found in the rivers to make a, what do you call it, a chimney. So that would be pretty cool. I don't think I've ever had a chimney in my build, so that'll be interesting. But yeah, so I've been thinking, I think we need to keep this series on track, I think we need to come up with a checklist of things that we need to do. As far as getting to the wither, doing extra things along the way, and getting there in a timely fashion so that way it doesn't take a very long time. Now, I've been trying to think of things that we ought to do. Obviously, we're going to enchant. Obviously, we're going to go to the end, go to the nether, obviously, because we have to get the wither skulls. But I'm trying to think of other stuff that we might want to do and set maybe some goals for ourselves. Like, I don't know, like maybe set up a farm, or explore, set up a map room that has the maps of every single, like every single quadrant or whatever around the playable area. So that could be pretty fun. We could do a lot of exploring there. So the idea for this series is pretty much limitless, and I'm just trying to figure out what we want to add to it. I'm thinking I might do most of the trophies or achievements that people would typically try and get, that are various easy ones, like collecting the wool, building the pot, stuff like that, just to add something to the series aside from just mining and stuff like that. But yeah, so after we knock this tree down, we have to make sure that we don't get blown up like last time. I already see a creeper off to our left, or in front of us now, so we need to stay away from him. But yeah, okay, so once we knock this tree down, we are going to take the saplings that we can, maybe go get some spruce, and then we are heading down to the mine. I want to try and go to the mine somewhere near our house so we can set up a little area for it. But if we have to do it out here, that's no problem. That's a big mushroom. Typically, the red ones aren't that tall. That's kind of interesting. Oh, we actually have, you know what, But yeah. Okay, so we're gonna grab this coal here real quick. Help us build some torches and get some XP from it. So I want to go on a little rant here. So yesterday was December 4th, 2016. The day after, if any of you guys are sports fans, it's the day after the NCAA championships and the final games for the Big 12 in football. And they released the college football playoff standings, and which basically decides the teams that make it to the college football playoff. Now, I am a supporter of the college football playoff and the idea of it. However, I don't feel like the playoff committee got it right this time. I don't think they picked the right team. I think that Penn State should be in the playoff instead of Ohio State. I don't think they got it right, and I'm going to tell you why. The same thing that happened to the Big 12, I want to say a year or so ago, where they didn't pick a champion and they faced the consequences of not having a Big 12 representative, came at fault to Penn State this year. Because they actually had the heads-up matchup against Ohio State. They actually beat them one-on-one, and the playoff committee simply looked at it as Ohio State had a better resume, and their name carries more weight than Penn State, which has had its trials and tribulations in the past. Now, I'm not saying that's... Well, I am saying that's a bad idea, because, I mean, Ohio State loses head-up to Penn State. Penn State goes on to win the Big Ten, and they don't get anything aside from playing in the Rose Bowl. I don't see that as fair. I mean, I don't have anything against Penn State or Ohio State, but if I was picking a team, I'd pick the team that would win the championship. Now, I'm not saying that they should just pick the champions, because, I mean, I don't believe Oklahoma deserves to be in it, and obviously they're not. But if it's that close of a difference between the teams, pick the champion. Pick the team that played the extra game, went through the extra work, and wound up winning. So I don't understand how the playoff committee can put Ohio State in unless they're strictly worried about views, which is what they came out and said last year after the New Year's Eve games, how the viewings were down, and it was some of the worst viewings that they've had. So I feel like the playoff committee is faulted in a way in that it's only there to... I'm dead. Oh, thank God. It's only there to make money for the NCAA, which, as I also want to point out, is a non-profit organization that rakes in roughly $5 or so billion a year as a non-profit. So, sure, we can go with non-profit. But yeah, they're, in my opinion, they're strictly there for, as of right now, to give views to the NCAA and to the television channels and all that put the games on live TV, and not there for the earned and better matchups. That's just me. So, yeah. Now, until they go to an 8-team system, 8 teams are in the playoff, I don't feel like there's going to be any accurate representation amongst the teams that are playing, because there are 5 Power 5 conferences. So, with 4 teams, you already see a problem if the 5 champions of every conference are actually clearly eligible to play in the playoff, because then you have to decide, well, who goes. I believe that if you have 8 teams, you can clearly designate that, or at least set the precedent that the 5 champions get to go, and then you have 3 spots for at-large teams, whether that be the second best in that conference, or a non-Power 5 team that has a good record, like Western Michigan this year, undefeated. Congratulations, winning the MAC. But, yeah, I feel like that's the best way to do it, but that's just my opinion. Clearly other people have other opinions, and the 13 people on the committee have a different opinion as well. So, I don't see... I mean, I do see fault, but I'm obviously not on the playoff committee. Otherwise, I probably wouldn't be doing YouTube right now. I'd probably be getting paid by television companies and be fine with where I am. But that's a side note. So I think that's going to do it for my rant. I'm sorry, I just had to get that off my chest, considering it did happen yesterday and I am a big football fan. But yeah. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and head on up to the top here. We do have wool, so we can go ahead and sleep through the night. There's a zombie over there, which isn't a delight. Okay. This isn't gonna be good. Don't drop on me, don't drop on me, don't drop on me. Okay. This is... get off. Die. Okay. Alrighty, so we're gonna clear up a little spot here. Lay down our workbench, another cauldron, workbench. Create ourselves a bed. We need wood. Duh. Alright, so we're gonna go ahead and sleep through the night. After we sleep through the night, I feel like we're gonna... didn't want to put it there, but we're gonna sleep through the night, cook ourselves the rest of the meat that we have, and then we're gonna head down into the mines. Why is it still... okay, clear skies. I like clear skies. That's a nice area down there. I wish... ooh. That looks promising. I don't know why I went in selfie mode, but I just had to tell myself that looks promising. I think that's where we're going to go as soon as we can. Do we have any... nope, we lost our furnace. We need to grab some cobblestone. I don't like that creeper still being here. Alright, so we're going to... we need to level this out anyway, so I'll just take these two and these two, and we're going to collect 8 and make a furnace. Alright. Now, we're probably not going to get into very much of the fun, comedic things that will happen through getting various trophies while doing this playthrough. This might be a calmer type of playthrough. Now, when I do start to upload Assassin's Creed and Infinite Warfare gameplay, that will... and the chaos will ensue, so that should be pretty fun to me. I have that to look forward to. My vocal cords do not have that to look forward to, though. So, yeah. Okay, so we have our torches, we have our sapling. We'll plant the saplings up here. Where'd it go? There it is. Alright, birch. You're not gonna look good up here in this environment, but oh well. We will plant our dark oak, because I think dark oak is one of the better colors of the wood in Minecraft. I do like it. But one thing I don't like, I like building on top of mountains because it gives a nice view, as obviously you can see here. We still need to go over to the acacia area. I spent all my acacia wood. We're gonna have to go back there. But I do like building on mountains because it gives a good view, but they're always in like snowy areas. And I don't mind the snow, I just mind how the leaves look, because I do love the look of the nice dark green oak leaves the best out of any of them. So it's not going to look that great up here, but oh well. We're just going to have to deal with it. We're going to plant these, cook up our pork, maybe make a chest, clean up our inventory, and then we're going to go head down into the mine, and we are going to have fun. Fun could be a relative term. Now, I think, because we've got a little time left, I think, sadly, we're going to have a productive episode, and that's all we're going to do today. 15 minutes that YouTube allows me, we don't get a lot done. That tree just grew, that's amazing, and I think I'm going to see the rest of you guys in the next episode. So, as much as I hate to say it, I'll see you guys later, and stay frosty, Marines.